All right, let's bring in KT McFarland, old friend, former Deputy National Security Advisor in the Trump administration, author of Revolution Trump, Washington, and We the People. KT, thank you for doing this. Can I ask you a couple things? We heard the reports. Everybody's talking about the supply lines are breaking down. The convoy to Kiev is breaking down. Nothing is happening the way Mr. Putin wanted it to happen. What's your take on this stuff? I know you follow it. I know you're in touch with all the important spooks in this story. What are you hearing, KT?
Okay, a couple of things. Number one, nobody expected Putin to do this kind of a brutal invasion. And what it did, though, was it scared the bejesus out of the Germans, because they've been banking on, well, Putin will do a little bit on eastern Ukraine. It won't do anything to jeopardize their economic relationship with Russia. Remember, Russia gives half of Germany's oil, natural gas comes from those Russian pipelines. So number one, it's the reaction of the Germans to all of this. Just yesterday, Larry, they completely reversed course. They went 180 degrees in the other direction. And they said, well, and this is the Green Party, the most radical environmentalists in Germany. They said, we're going to reconsider. We're going to reconsider fossil fuels. We are going to reconsider our relationship with Russia. We do not want to have Russia dominate and have this much leverage over our politics and over our economics. And then the other thing that happened was Germany said, and we're going to actually now start giving lethal aid to the Ukrainians, and we are going to increase our defense budget to 2%. Germany's flip is the biggest thing that we've seen. The other big thing we've seen, though, is the Chinese president today issued a statement that they regret Russia's invasion of Ukraine. You know, it was Putin and Xi Jinping who were joined at the hip. And if the Chinese are saying this, that means Vladimir Putin is in a little bit of trouble, not only on the ground in Ukraine, but politically around the world.
KT McFarland, one of the stories I enjoyed the most reading about this morning and across the day is how the Russian oligarchs, Putin's pals, are getting very uneasy, and now they're all coming out for peace plans and oh my goodness, oh my God, and all their great living, and they own football teams and soccer teams and bank accounts and yachts and you name it in London and New York and elsewhere. If the oligarchs are rebelling against Putin, what does that mean?
It means a couple of things. One, he had always counted on the support of the oligarchs. They stayed out of politics, but he let them have their money. And now they're jumping into politics and they're criticizing him. The second thing that's happening, though, is the ruble, the Russian ruble, it's now a ruble. The value of the ruble has fallen probably 50% in the last day, and the banks aren't loaning anything. So Russia's become very isolated economically. But the other thing you have to wonder about is, you know, over the weekend, Vladimir Putin said, well, the nuclear option, I'm increasing the alert on my nuclear forces. The nuclear option isn't off the table. I've got to assume that the Russian generals and the oligarchs and the entire cadre around Putin are taking a big step back, saying, hey, wait a minute, we did not sign up for nuclear war over Ukraine.
KT, you know what? This is a little bit of a joke, but we should have some fun. The difference between a dollar and a ruble? $1.
No, what is it?
$1. $1. Just saying. I didn't make that up. One of my producers found it, but I just thought I'd lob it to you because I've known you for years and you have a great sense of humor. Can I just come back, KT? Militarily, do you think this convoy into Kiev, which is slowed down, and they say they're having supply line troubles and gasoline troubles, and is this a made-up story? Is this an exaggerated story? Or is it part of the general breakdown of the Russian military plan? How do you view it?
Look, the Russians did not plan to have this go on a week. They just brought enough supplies and foodstuffs and gasoline for a 3-day invasion. So they're in big trouble. I think these are real stories. And the Russian military, which everybody thought was so terrific, they are flopping and failing miserably.
And the last one, the very last one, I promise, Putin is so desperate now, it's being reported, that he will resort to bombing civilian areas, you know, housing, residential areas. It's not something he thought he was going to have to do, but he's sort of crawling into a ditch right now. So the civilian bombing, is that already happening? And if it does happen, really won't the whole world just be up in arms against this?
Yeah, so far it's been accidents. Presumably it's been accidents in the civilian population that's been targeted. But if he deliberately targets civilian populations, that's war crimes.
Yeah.
And he is already, he's now a pariah on the world stage. The Chinese have abandoned him, the Germans have turned on him, and the United Nations have walked out on him.
All right. KT McFarland, thank you, ma'am. Really appreciate it. Good to see you.
Thanks, Larry.